What's going on, guys? Welcome to Total Chaos. So I have this long block ready to go right here. Put that up on the shelf. Somebody needs a rebuilt long block for a bus dual port. It's actually a bus case. Got the 2110 in the stand here. The 82 crank with the 8-spin rods. We're gonna put that in the aluminum case down here. Build a motor. Let's see if I can see what's on these bolts with this camera. Nope. Anyway, working on the MG. It's no fun for me, but I gotta get it done. It's been sitting out here for a while. I don't know if you guys I'm sure you saw Hans's video. He got this running the other day. He's still sleeping right now though. It's not nighttime yet. We got to fabricate a little air cleaner mount for him there, build a plate, and make a flange for that air cleaner to fit, and relearn the idle. And I think it's about ready to go. It seems to be idling better and better every time he starts it. But so that's where that's at. He's really excited. And this is where I'm at on this whole thing apart, because it was pretty rigged up, of course. This is one of my customers that had a nice Volkswagen and traded it for this. Nothing against you MG guys, but I'm a Volkswagen guy, and I wouldn't I'd give my left nut before I gave up my 64 Volkswagen for an MG. But I guess he was bored with it and decided he wanted this. Tried to black this out in here a little bit, clean up the Mako overspray there, or whoever painted it. I probably shouldn't say Mako because we have guys in the garage, and I'm sure they do way nicer work than this. But I took it all apart, cleaned it, painted it, put the urethane bushings in there, repainted the spring. I put the yellow stripe back on it. Have no idea what that means. Maybe you MG guys, that means something to you, so I didn't want to, disrespect you and not put it back on there. It was black with a yellow stripe, so I put it back that way. Disassembled the control arm and sandblasted it. Put the bushings in. Have the shock assembly over here. It's bad. I don't know how many pounds one of those would cost, but I'm willing to bet that Chippy's not going to want one. So we'll put that back together, and if he wants to get one of those coming from England, we'll order one. And I didn't bust the knuckle down too far because everything looked good. I just put the top bushings in. Here's the ones that came out. They were really bad. Real bad. So it should be a big improvement. And yeah, so I'm going to try to put this side back together, take the other side apart, and all that good stuff, put it back together, because I want to get my garage back. He wants to get this thing painted, so hopefully end of the week we'll get some materials, some tape, some reducer, and some stuff, and spray this charcoal. We're just doing the bottom half. And I'm gonna get it all primed, let him wet sand it, and yeah, I think he'll be about done. Just about done. I don't know how that radiator situation is gonna work out for him. He's got the fans on the front side of the radiator. Usually that kills the flow through the radiator. I like to put the fans on the other side, but he didn't want a whole lot of suggestions on this one. Now you got all this room in here, and it seems like if you put the fans back here it'd make more sense, because you get the air from the going down the road thing. So yeah, here we go. There's the old $300 head gasket. Ooh, ridiculousness. But yeah, all my wire ties, let's see where they're all going. They're all on this car. But yeah, I think he's got one issue with the fuel pump, Wilburn. Oh, I can't pronounce it today. It's an aftermarket pump, and it's got the factory wiring harness. And what happens is that wiring harness can't move enough amps for the pump, and he's either gonna have to run a wire or install a relay back there so that it can help it out. So that's what's going on. Not a whole lot. I'd turn this on for a minute, give you a little update. Started pulling the motor out of the blue car, didn't get very far. Got one of the carburetors off. It's a little Super 1600. I'm going to go ahead and go through that and put that on the shelf for sale, because nobody's driving it, and I got other plans for that car. So we're going to sort of revamp that when they get the shop emptied out. I got to get the Nova painted, and we'll go on that one and this one back here, do some repaints, redos, revamping. But anyway, haven't been working on the Nova, haven't really worked on the big block, waiting on push rods still. Yeah, sweating like a pig, so it's hot. And ran out of gas last night in the bus, drove to the airport for Andrea to deliver some packages, coupons. And they're supposed to be open 24 hours out there, or at least till midnight. They weren't open. I didn't have a credit card, so I couldn't do the transaction. I had cash, and they didn't take that kind. So I put gas in before I went. The gas gauges never worked. Even the South Carolina trip, we just kept filling it up, and we figured about 20 miles to the gallon. So I put some gas in it yesterday, and was coming back last night about 12:30. Decided to get off I-4 there at the bridge, jumped off, and came into Volusia County, and ran out of gas. So I had Haley and her friend with me. We had to walk, and finally got some help from a deputy, which is unusual. Usually police don't like to help you, but yeah, this protect and serve, I guess this guy still was going for that, because he stopped. Took the girls to the store, let me get some gas, talked to the clerk at the store, had him stay there for a little while, and me and him ran back down to the bus, put some gas in it, it fired up, and followed me back, make sure it ran okay. I put gas in it, picked the girls up, and we made it home about 1:30, and yeah, that was fun. I had my phone with me, and it was dead. I turned it on and get one number, and it shut off. And then when I finally got to the cop, he tried to call Andrea, and nobody answered the phone here because it was so late. But yeah, right as I came over the bridge, the gas gauge started to move real crazy, and the gas gauge has never tried to move. The sending unit is bad in the tank. The gauge has been good because I grounded the gauge out and it went right to full. But right when I ran out of gas, the needle started bouncing, and now the needle's working. So gas gauge might be working or not now. And the only other issue I had last week with the bus was the shift coupler came loose. I thought the shifter was giving me trouble, and it took me a day or two to crawl under there and check it out, but I fixed that finally. So I got to put some shift coupling bushings back there in the back, and a new grub screw and stuff like that, just maintenance. But yeah, so that's what's been going on here. Been driving the bus because it's cheap on gas. But not a John Kerry day. It's gonna rain. It's been raining every day here, and that's why I haven't been getting a lot done. But yeah, so maybe we'll do a bus video or something. I know you guys like to ride in the bus. It's been a while, and I drove to Miami. Got some videos of that I never put up because they were really shaky. But that was a lonely old trip there. I think I went about 40 miles and didn't see a car on 441. Take the wrong route for that trip by myself. Went back to where I grew up down in Okeechobee. So that was a fun trip. And yeah, the motor's been running really good in there. The old single port. Got some exhaust leak issues. I've never had exhaust leaks before, but they redesigned the exhaust gaskets. Of course, they can't ever leave anything alone. But I got some of these. I don't really like using the ceramic type gaskets because usually they burn out when you're on the road, you know. But I'm gonna try a set of these on the bus. I've just been dealing with the exhaust leak because it doesn't bother me too bad, but I don't want to burn the cylinder head up. So that's where we're at on that. Got to do the exhaust, pull the exhaust off, and reseal it. We're looking at this Porsche motor too, and we're going to try to get that up in the stand. I'm going to go ahead and build this 2110 just in case somebody nibbles on this, I hate to disturb it and take it apart, you know. I really seriously don't think this motor's ever been split in half. It's pretty much an original 1960 piece. And it's pretty much all there except for the air cleaner. Somebody robbed the air cleaners off of it. Let me see what I got on the camera here. Anyway, I see something. I don't know if that's my screen or something's on the camera. Could be camera time, guys. I don't know. This thing is about had it. Somebody was commenting about how shitty Daddy's camera was to my son, and it's pretty crappy. This is one we started with. So here's a look at the Porsche rocker arm assembly. This is a bridge type rocker arm. You can see how long the exhaust rockers are on these things. It's pretty exotic setup. But I pulled that off. Everything looks pretty good in there. We'll just probably pull the heads off, pull the jugs, reseal it, check a rod bearing, and throw it back together. Because right now it's hard to get parts for these, hard to get bearings and such. And I'm hoping it doesn't need piston cylinders because those are expensive. But they're really dirty down in there, so I'm not going to try to start it up. I had a guy that wanted to buy this. He said he found one for $3,000 running, which I find hard to believe. 356 motors are pretty rare, and to find one complete running for $3 grand is a pretty amazing deal. So he passed on this one and bought that one supposedly, but probably was just window shopping if I had to guess. These are pretty exotic cars and expensive cars at that, so it's not the Volkswagen crowd usually that's looking for this stuff. So a lot of times the Volkswagen guy will think he wants one of these motors for his Volkswagen, but when they start pricing the parts out, they're just ridiculous. So, all right, I'm starting to babble. Had to fix the fan because it's gonna be like 1,000,000 degrees today. And saw Yahoovin's video. Way to go, Yahoovin. I said left a little comment on there, but great job on the old Nova. Quite the accomplishment, and it's good to see some guys getting some projects done, and it'll be really cool to go for a ride in that car after all the work he's done on it. But yeah, I was going to see what the thermometer says in here today. It's got to be 100. It's 98, but the humidity is low, so we're not breathing water, but it's about 130. Should get up to about 100 in here, 110, somewhere in there. But anyway, let me shut this off. I'm rambling on like I always do. I apologize for that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting on the videos. And what can I say? You guys make the channel what it is. And I'm going to get back to making more videos and spending some more time on the channel. And I apologize for not being present, you know. I realize I haven't been making videos and just been dealing with some stuff, and I'm about to get it worked out, and we'll get back to the regular programming. But anyway, let me shut this off, put this side back together, and take the other side apart, and try to get this thing to an alignment shop.